Audible or not, so nobody told me. I think now the audio is fine. Good evening, everyone. Our next CM. Thanks for waiting. I hope it is clear. Okay, cool. Okay, so I was saying that whenever we start something new, what happens? We are highly excited and we feel like, okay, now I'm going to do this. But when we face the hurdles, somehow, some of us get depressed or demotivated. And that is what is going to happen in all the things that you pursue in your life, cat being a part of it. So I have just made a kind of a graph, and this graph is your motivation and time. So on the x-axis, we have motivation. On the y-axis, we have time. All right. So normally, this is what actually happens when you start something. So I think you can understand this graph, right? It's a logical observation. So when you start, this is the beginning of time. You are very much excited to the level infinity. But slowly, something happens, and then motivation goes down. And some people might also think, just drop the idea of creating cat or doing anything else in life, right? So there comes a point. If you look at this point, the yellow spot, this point is actually the point of dip, right? So here, now I'll tell you what actually will happen and how to overcome that. So the classes will begin. You all are quite excited. A lot of pre-classes have also been done, the calculation and stuff. We talked about different sections of cat, and all of you are now, you're about to kill the cat, right? So this is what you are ready for. Classes will start, and there can be problems with some people, like they don't understand one single concept, or probably some subject they are weak at. Engineers can be weak at verbal, and people who are from arts background or let's say English background, they might be weak at mathematics or quant. So all these things, kind of happen. Slowly and steadily, this thing just goes down. And that is very natural. That is very natural. And as the Beyonce said, point of dip पहला mark देने के बाद है, वो बात भी सही है. So point of dip, this actually, this can happen by multiple reasons. One, that you do not get anything from the classes for the first 1 week, first 2 weeks, you feel okay, I was excited, but now nothing is left. So in the first 2 weeks, you will feel a point of dip. If not then after 4 weeks, you will start feeling, there's a lot of people who are doing things fine, but you cannot. And then when the first mock comes, there it actually happens. But what has to be done, that we're going to talk about. First of all, let's understand why these things happen. The challenges that you might face. First is zero or less knowledge of sections or concepts. Now that depends on two things. First is interest, and other is your graduation stream. How many of you are from arts or commerce background and you feel that quant is something which can be very difficult? And how many of you are engineers who feel that verbal can be very difficult for us? Of course, I have shared the strategy how to deal with these things, but you might be coming with a mindset that this is something at which I probably am weak. Other challenge is peer pressure. Now, this is something which will happen a lot, a lot. The reason is that at iQuanta we have a Facebook group of 3.5 lakh members, and a lot of them are preparing for multiple exams, and you will start seeing in the group they are posting doubts and they are able to get these solutions. Even in the class this happens, some people might answer something really quick and others will feel, oh, now what to do. So this peer pressure, and even apart from iQuanta, you start looking at different forums, different blogs, different Instagram reels. This will happen, that will happen, and all that stuff just, it just zeroes in like a pressure on your mind. And that pressure actually builds a hurdle, and that to overcome that is a difficult task. It's an uphill task, right? So this thing can happen. Oh, Rajveer, psychology, wow. Psychology is actually, I wanted to actually study that, but somehow I did not. But still, I kind of study as my hobby. It's really a great subject. Uh, then comes family and social pressure. I have seen some people, like social and family. What I mean by that, I have seen, some girls and somehow in their families and in their the place where they belong to, it's like getting married early. So some girls have told me that, sir, I'm preparing for cat just because I want to I want to kind of delay my marriage, or probably when I clear cat, I can delay it more, and then I might get the a boy of my choice. Probably I won't marry. Something like that happens. Social pressure is there. There are some guys who have seen that they have to prove, to people. Even girls have to prove to people. So this thing of proving and this pressure of marriage, which is more evident in females, less in males. So there's something which even it looks ridiculous, but there's something which I, as a cat mentor, and yeah. So how many of you have actually also have this kind of pressure? I think a lot of you might be having it. Then comes underconfidence. Underconfidence is very evident because some people, they are overthinkers. They think a lot, and I tell you what, just remember this, always this statement, that 99% of all the problems that you face are created by your own mind. By your own mind, right? And only 1% is from the surroundings, the place you work at, the people you meet. If you listen to what people have to say, because people will always try to criticize something or other. They might not, they might be very much inclined to criticize others. So these things build the underconfidence. I tell you what, the reality is only 1% is external, rest 99% is in your mind. People do not actually think that much about you. They just say without even thinking. So never you have to do that. Then someone just said the imposter syndrome. Yeah, some people also have that. Some people feel that, okay, I do not deserve this. I somehow came here, probably by luck or by chance. Some people have an imposter syndrome as well. So all these things, and Rajveer, as she is from psychology, she's talking about the subconscious mind, what actually happens over there. Exactly. So these things these are challenges that you will face apart from the academic challenges. Well, now I'll show you the ideal curve. The ideal curve should look something like this. See, you grow, then you dip, then you grow, then you dip, then you grow, then you dip, and then you keep on growing. So I'll tell you what will happen at each point. This is the point which will happen in first 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm kind of mentally prepared that I'll be getting a lot of messages from everyone. Okay, sir, I'm not just able to understand this number system, or let's say algebra, or I'm not able to understand the parajumbles, or probably logical reasoning. 2 to 3 weeks, and you'll fall. But I'll tell you what, we will always be there. Then, with us and with your own subconscious mind, you will try to remain at this position for some time. Then, 4 to 5 weeks, you will be bored of your own underconfidence and start growing like anything. And that growth will actually be very much steep. Then you will reach a straight line where you will be at the same position. Probably this will happen because you would have understood all the concepts, or probably 70% of the concepts, and now you are feeling okay, that this is good. Then at the same time, what will happen, due to peer pressure and due to people who are there around you, they will be doing something extra than you. You'll feel like that. Probably they're not even doing, but you'll feel that, okay, this is something which is happening. At that time, there will be a dip. This dip. And at this dip will be happening close to 7 to 8 weeks, and then you will realize that all of it was basically in your mind, and now you are the only person who can grow. And then you will again take a sharp rise, and this point will be the mocks. This will happen when mocks will start. That is close to 9 to 10 weeks. You take the first mock and you'll feel okay. At this point, you might be confident that you have understood each and everything. Academically, all the concepts are clear. You are able to solve all the assignments. And iQuanta provides you assignments on dashboard and even the doubt solving facilities. So basically, if you do that, so you will be feeling, okay, now I'm able to do all the doubts. I'm able to solve all the doubts of my peers. And you start feeling, a feeling of belongingness to this community. And you will feel the people who are coming after you, third batch. At that time, you'll feel, okay, they are my juniors. I can guide them. All these things will happen. You are in the best state of your mind at this point. And then the mocks come and you'll feel, okay, you thought that you'll be able to score 99% in the first mock, but you will score probably 50 or 60. Not everyone, but this might happen. Happens to most of us. And then your confidence will take a toll. And this is the most extreme point. The most extreme point is this one. If at this point you keep your morals, standards and determination high, even if you have to push yourself extra hours or do things like not watching television, not talking to friends, not having a social life, and still if you kind of push yourself more than required. If someone says, okay, you have to study for 5 hours, you will say, no, I'll push till 8. I'll just keep on doing this. I'll just keep on doing this. And at that point of time, once you cross this phase, there will be no dip at all, and you will go to November and you'll crack CAT with flying colors. So I tell you what, you'll face 1, 2, 3 dips. Third dip will be the most crucial point. At this point of time, I have seen people, they try to leave CAT, but because they talk to me and I kind of try to motivate them, then they just rise. So I tell you what, when you reach this point or any of this point, do not hesitate, just try to talk to people whom you think would actually, help you. And I am, of course, one of them. I am planning to have regular sessions like every 15 days. I might come in front of you and you can talk about, feelings and the problems that you're facing. This happened 3 times. I am mentally prepared for that, and you also have to be prepared for that. And the best, if you watch after watching this session, probably you have already understood, okay, मैं तो ये नहीं करूँगा, मेरे साथ ये नहीं होगा. I'll try to, prove myself. This can also happen. That is the reason that I have taken this motivational session just before the real course has started. All right. And there is a very good advice by Satvik. I think you guys should read it once. Well, Shraddhamai says how to go through the feeling that it will never happen. Shraddhamai, this feeling will be the most crucial point, and I told you at this point of time you will be needing support from people who really care for you. The mentors, basically. So yeah, and yes, this session will always be recorded. You can just watch it and you can just go ahead and get motivated again. By the way, there's one thing that I want all of you to do. SWOT analysis. You have to do one thing after the session ends. Note down your strengths, 3 points each, your weaknesses, the opportunities that you have. I don't know what the biggest opportunity right now is starting the CAT course with iQuanta. That is the biggest opportunity right now for everyone. This is the common opportunity, others might be having different opportunities as well. And then the threats. So I want all of you to do this exercise. Take your time after the session, make 3 points each. And once you do that, just make a flower or a demon, everything, and paste it on the wall where a study table is there. And I'm sure that you might be having a study table. Do not just lie on the bed and start studying, because that will take you nowhere. Ankit, you should not purchase any book. Not at all. But keep this picture. And one thing more, once you write this all, paste it on the wall, just take a screenshot, just take a picture of that and post it on the iQuanta Facebook group. I'll go through it all. Like I'll take some time to go through all the pictures, but I will definitely do that. And this will be kind of, I'll also able to understand what kind of students am I training. So I'll be knowing a lot about you, and you already know a lot about me. So let's, make this synergy, and let's have this relationship going and getting strong. So tell me, would you guys do this or not? Yeah. And Rajveer, are you reading my mind? Do not tell me that you're already a psychologist, because the next thing I'm talking about was about to be procrastination only. I'll talk about that. But first of all of you, I want all of you to comment that okay, you will make this SWOT analysis and post it on the group. So, first of all, to understand about how to deal with procrastination, we need to understand what procrastination is. How many of you do not know about procrastination? The procrastination is, the act of unnecessarily delaying something. And people delay that thing. It's very common when I was in college, and a lot of you might already be in the college. So you try to submit the project, your assignment in the last date, just before the last date. So these things, the procrastination is just an example where we try to delay things unnecessarily. And even we know already that this will be having a negative consequence. Still, we do it. By the way, procrastination is not laziness. Lazy is something else, and procrastinator is something else. But you know what? Procrastination actually kills a lot of time. And I'll tell you one example. All of you know that I write books, right? I'll tell you about myself, what happened. So when I was 12 years old, I wrote my first poem, and by the age of 19, I thought of becoming a full-time writer. Right? At that time, I was thinking that, okay, I was reading Salman Rushdie, Leo Tolstoy, and all that stuff, Shakespeare, and I thought, okay, I cannot be like them at all. I cannot be like them, so how would I start? I respected literature so much that I was not even ready to try writing. But then, what happened? I felt like even if I know, let's say 50%, 60% or 70% of what I want to know, I should start doing it. So in the process of doing it, I might be able to learn the things that I wanted to learn. Alright, this is how to come procrastination. If you feel that if you are even 50% ready for something, your own feeling, like you might be having a scale of your own judgment, of your own knowledge, of your own psychology, of your own ambitions. If you feel that you are 50% ready for that, just start doing it. Never wait for 100%, because if you wait for 100%, it's never going to happen, and you will just die when you're 60, 70, 80 years old. I'll always think, wish I had started. You might be seeing some people on the social media, they are doing things they don't even know about, and still they are in the process. When they grow by the 30s, they become really, knowledgeable in that field. Shachi, wow, high five. You're right. So this is just a story, and the similar analogy can be drawn at various levels to all of you. Now, do you understand this part? What did I say? Even if you're ready for 50-60%, just start doing it. That is the best thing to do. And this is something which was, told by the great Jeff Bezos. He said in his own words, look at him. What did he say? He talked about most decisions should probably be made with somewhere around 70% of the information you wish you had. Oh, great, Sagar. High five about that. So, first of all, I would like you to take a good pause, think for 30 seconds, think about this quotation, think about the example that I gave you, and absorb it for 30 seconds and then tell me, okay, that now you probably are ready not to procrastinate. 30 seconds to you. Yeah, no, demotivation. As I said, in the open FP group, there's an academic threat because people might be solving faster than you, and it's okay. In that case, you'll have to just work hard. And tell you what, there is no substitute to hard work. एक घंटे में समझ नहीं आ रहा, 2 घंटे लगाओ, नहीं आ रहा, 3 घंटे लगाओ, करते रहो उसको. यहाँ भी I'll just tell you an anecdote from my own life. Um, when I was writing my book and there's another story. I was developing a mathematical theory actually once. So what happened? I was just trying to do it, and then I tried to read other mathematicians what all things that they do, and I was kind of demotivated. I would not be able to do it ever. That's what I thought. But there's one thing which was always there. I somehow thought that, okay, what if I keep on trying? Probably I'll succeed. So I just kept on trying, and it happened once that I did not make the theory actually. I was trying to make a theory, and the theory was, to make a mathematical formulation for human emotions. Like, can love be quantified? Can hatred be quantified? Can honesty be quantified? I failed in that. Seriously, I could not make that theory. I'm still trying, but you know what? In the quest of going to that theory, creating that theory, I learned a lot of things, and I created a lot of small theories which are not that relevant, but now I know more than a lot of people. So the same thing, your query was about the same thing, that if you get demotivated by seeing others are doing better than you, this is the thing that you can do. You just keep on doing it, and I tell you what, probably you would not reach the point there which you wanted to reach, but you will learn something which you are not even aware of. So 3 months, 4 months down the line, you'll feel okay. You succeeded just because you tried, not because you knew. All right? Understood, everyone? And because iQuanta doesn't have an app, Shivam and Anurag, it's a Facebook Live, doesn't really matter. It's an app or whatever. Just that the streaming is really good, no problem in that. Well, so and this is a motivational session, so I will not talk a lot about it, because if motivation is talked about a lot, it looks like preaching and people become disinterested. This is the time, where I'll just read a poem out for you, and you'll just, you'll keep on watching that poem again and again. Probably I'll cut it from the session and make it a reel so that you can just go through it, and you will just feel, that you are so much confident. Satyam, that's something you did really good. Well done, Satyam. So, here goes the poem. लहरों से डरकर नौका पार नहीं होती. नौका मतलब नाव, बोट. लहरों से डरकर नौका पार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती. नन्ही चींटी जब दाना लेकर चलती है, चढ़ती दीवारों पर 100 बार फिसलती है. चढ़ती दीवारों पर 100 बार फिसलती है. मन का विश्वास रगों में साहस भरता है. गिरकर चढ़ना ना अखरता है. चढ़कर गिरना, गिरकर चढ़ना ना अखरता है. आखिर उसकी मेहनत बेकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती. डुबकियां सिंधु में गोताखोर लगाता है. सिंधु इज समुद्र, सी, ओशन. डुबकी इज डाइविंग. गोताखोर इज अ डाइवर. डुबकियां सिंधु में गोताखोर लगाता है, जाकर खाली हाथ लौट कर आता है. He goes there in search of pearls, कि मोती लेके आऊंगा, कुछ नया, कुछ स्टोन लेके आऊँगा, but he comes back empty-handed. डुबकियां सिंधु में गोताखोर लगाता है, जा जाकर खाली हाथ लौट कर आता है। मिलते नहीं सहज ही मोती गहरे पानी में, मिलते नहीं सहज ही मोती गहरे पानी में, बढ़ता दुगना उत्साह उसी हैरानी में। मुट्ठी उसकी खाली हर बार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती। असफलता एक चुनौती है, स्वीकार करो, क्या कमी रह गई देखो और सुधार करो। कैसे होगा? When you will write the SWOT analysis. असफलता एक चुनौती है, स्वीकार करो, क्या कमी रह गई देखो और सुधार करो। जब तक न सफल हो नींद चैन को त्यागो तुम, संघर्ष का मैदान छोड़ मत भागो तुम। कुछ किए बिना ही जय जयकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती। So people who do not understand Hindi, I will just give a translation of this poem. I'll post on the Facebook like Heyman, and he'll go through that. But it's in Hindi language, so translating it will kill all the poetic devices. That is why translating is not a good idea. But still, I'll try to do that. And this is where I would like all of you to absorb all of this, and just be confident enough, and then we'll meet again in the next sessions. 29th, we are starting the first class. It will be numbers. I'll be taking that, and I'm really going to enjoy it. Every year, 3 times I do it, and still I do not get bored, because you know what? Every time I get new people to talk to, and let's start this beautiful journey. We'll talk again about other things. Bye bye. Take care, everyone. And this is not my poem. It's by Sohanlal Dwivedi. I have not written it. I just recited it. Bye everyone. Yeah, Prithviraj, I'll be teaching Vedic maths as well. Saransh, it's abstract, exactly. And that is the problem. People even felt that talking on phone is an abstract notion 100 years back, isn't it? And everybody asked how it can be done. It looks abstract, it looks wide, but still, humanity did it. So maybe, if people try it, they can do it as well. Okay, on this note, I'll take a leave. Bye-bye everyone. Really nice for this wonderful short session, and I'll meet you all again. Bye-bye everyone.